Hey everyone, it is week 3 of my trick or tweet promotion where I take something old school and give it a digital do-over based on your requests. This week I had a teacher reach out to me who wanted to be better at taking attendance and community building and doing a bell ringer with her students during distance learning, online learning, remote learning, connected learning, whatever you want to call it. She felt like she was wasting valuable instructional time trying to do these things like take attendance. So I came up with this idea um, based on a would you rather. So what you'll see, and I'm going to walk you through how to create it. But the idea is that you project a would you rather question to your students, and using their avatars, which these are so cool. I'm going to show you how these work in a minute. Students would drag and drop their preference into the box. And that is the part where you can quickly take attendance. So, as they're dragging and dropping. But the other part is the bell ringer part of it, which is where they have to go to Flipgrid and explain why they made that decision and talk it through and give you crucial pieces of evidence. So again, like you can see, it's an attendance. It's an easy way to get attendance in a virtual or a video conference call. And it's also a great way for students to interact and build community and get to know a little bit about each other, because especially if they're sharing it in Flipgrid, like they would hear, they could use a whiteboard, they could share their thinking, their video recording, and they're going to get to see responses from everybody else. Okay, so let me walk you through how this works. So first thing I did, there's 2 sites that I love. Would You Rather Math. Even though I was never a math teacher, I know lots of teachers use Would You Rather Math as a bell ringer, and they've used it even when we're in face-to-face classrooms. They'll project it and students have to work through the idea. So this is great for math, but why not? You could also create a would you rather question based on anything you're studying in science or social studies, English, anything you want. There's also just fun would you rather questions for kids from this site, and I have links to those. Another fun site that's a part of this is what's called textgiraffe.com. And I wish I saw it on TikTok. A teacher introduced it to me and I went back, couldn't find it. But textgiraffe.com, they call it a logo maker, and it's free. And all you have to do is type in your name, hit go, and you get all of these options for ways to create your name. Tons of options. And it's fun for kids, because what we're trying to do in this day and age is, personalize learning and get these kids to create their own little avatars to let their personality show through. So I'll find one that I like, and what I'm doing is I'm just right-clicking on it and copying the image, super simple. So you would project, as you can see, you'd be able to project this out for students, and then they would just go ahead and paste their Text Giraffe logo in there, resize it, and click and drag. So how does this all work? Okay, so first things first, you have to create the Google slide that you have to share with them. So what I do is when I design my slides, because here's what it will look like. What I do is I just go to background and try to find an image that matches the topic. So this one was just about box of chocolates. So chocolates, found something I liked, and go ahead and insert it as a background. And then what I did is I took a shape, because I also like to provide, these little layers of things. So I take just a regular rectangular shape, and what I'll do is click on that and go up to the fill tool and hit custom, and I can make it about halfway transparent. Okay, and maybe I want to make it a little bit more, but I just keep going up to custom. It gives it a fun sort of see-through background. All right. And what I had done previous, I didn't want you guys to have to watch me do all this, is I went back into Text Giraffe and made a fun logo, and I'm going to drag that here. And let's bring that to the front. And I had already created text boxes with the questions and a line. So this is my very quick version of what I'm making it look like. But I wanted to give you a sense. Lots of people ask me how I create my slides. Maybe I'll have fun with this and I like to give things a border. Give this a thick border. And then I'd also done a text box with a link to the Flipgrid. So this is where you would share this out with students and make sure you, because right now it's private to me, but I'm going to give editing privileges to everyone. Anyone with the link can be an editor because we want our students to be able to interact with it. But here's the thing, as they interact with it, they might move all of this stuff around. So in order to lock things in, what I tend to do is I go up to File, Download, PNG for the current slide, and I download that as a picture file. And then I will open up a blank slide, and the background now becomes what I just downloaded. So let me grab that from my download file and drag it in there. And voila, there you go. So I've created this locked image where students cannot, they can't move this stuff around. So all they're going to do is drag and drop their items in there. Now, what you'll want to do here, here's another hack. I've learned it from somebody so many times over the years, is I'll make a transparent box. And I'm going to put the link to it right there with shortcut, either Control or Command K, depending on your device. And there you go. So it's kind of like that way students can work with it. Or again, you could do it any way you want. Here's the finished product. So I've got an immovable slide, would you rather, and students can go ahead and do one of two things. It depends on your age level. If you have students like fifth grade or older, maybe fourth grade or older, third grade or older, they can go ahead and make their own avatars. And I suggest that they go ahead and make their own avatar early on, even before the class. Give them a day ahead and say, hey, we're going to try something new. Go make your own name, have fun with it, and then just save it, to their screen, to their desktop, whatever they want to do. Or if you have littles, you could go ahead and make these avatars for your students themselves and put them over here in the gray area. It's entirely up to you. So again, as I said, you project this for students. They have editing privileges, so they can't move any of this stuff. See, can't move it, but they can just go ahead and drag and drop their names. So there you go, quick attendance. But then you've also got a built-in bell ringer because they have to go to the Flipgrid topic and they have to share and show their thinking. So that's a quick overview. I've got more detailed directions in the template that I've created, and the link is below in the notes. I've got that there for you. Please continue to reach out with me with your requests for digital do-overs. Nothing makes me happier than making teachers happy. And I'm all about working smarter, not harder. So thanks for being here. If you have any questions, reach out. Happy learning. You've got this.